All right. So, welcome to another episode of Supernatural Signals, My Haunted Journal edition. I wasn't going to do another episode this quickly, but me and my boyfriend went out to eat and we kind of experienced not a haunting, but definitely either a glitch or just something weird we both kind of wanted to document. If you're new to my channel, I had an influx of supernatural activity or paranormal activity a few years ago, and it's kind of calmed down since then. But now, lately, it's been kind of, I guess, becoming more apparent again, more active, I guess is the right word. And so, again, the experience I want to talk about in this journal, not necessarily paranormal, but definitely in the glitch, I guess, realm category would be the right way to put it. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to explain that story real quick and get that documented just because both me and my boyfriend, and again, if you're new to this channel, my boyfriend's nickname for this specific channel is Kermie. So if you hear me say Kermie, I'm just talking about my boyfriend. He likes to stay private. But with all that being said, let me hop into the story and see what y'all think about it. Okay, so just to give you a background of our day, Kermie and I both had some time off, and so we decided to go kind of have a day date. So we did a little bit of shopping and grabbed, just kind of piddled around, ran some errands and stuff. And normally we don't really go out to eat a lot. We do take it a lot because we like to watch movies when we eat and stuff. But today we're like, let's try and get, actually eat out today. um, be with people actually for a day. And so, because we're both kind of introverted. And so we went to a seafood place that serves like seafood boils mainly, and they were having lunch specials, so it was a good time to go. And so when we got there, it wasn't super crowded or anything like that, but a couple tables full, and they sat us at a booth. And like I said, there wasn't a lot of people there, but around me, probably like two or three tables were, had other people having their lunch. And so what me and Kermie both ordered, like we split it, was a thing of catfish and fries and uh a seafood boil, like a small seafood boil, right? Well, we started eating the catfish and we were just like, okay, this is a little too much. We opened the seafood boiled. I had one shrimp out of it. Kermie didn't have anything. And we're like, we'll just take this home for a um we'll just take this home for an early dinner tonight, right? So we were like, well, and then I think we took one piece of catfish home, which is not really part of the story, but that's what we decided to do. We are like, I had one piece, so we opened the bag because when a seafood boil comes, it usually comes in a plastic bag, and you break it open, and then you have your seafood boiled. So I did open it up, and it was on a plate with the plastic bag still around it, and so I had one shrimp, and then we were like, okay, we wanted to jet out early because a bunch of people were coming in for lunch, and we were like, we don't want to be here with all the noise, and let's just go and we'll just chill at home. But so that's what we ended up doing. But during this time, during the lunch, I used my Beats earbud, if you want to call it. And I only used one of them because while I was using it that was connected to my phone, I still wanted to be able to hear the waitress and hear Kermie talk. I just needed to listen to something on my phone. And if there's one thing about me, if you decide to stick around with this channel, is that I'm kind of a Kermie likes to say I like ADHD a lot. He calls it baby bearing because that's his nickname for me is baby bear, but he says I'm ADHDing or baby bearing, and like I'm kind of, I'm not kind of, I'm an absent minded person, and so what happened was I put, so I only used one of the buds, right, and the other one was in my purse, and when we before we left, I said, "Baby, I think I left my butt on the table." So we looked on the table, we didn't see it, and I was like, "Let me go dig in my purse." And Kermie's like, "Baby, we gotta go. It's getting crowded. Like, we'll check your purse more clearly when we get to the car." But I pretty sure you put it in your purse. I think I saw you put it in your purse." And I was like, "Okay." And we checked the table, like checked the table, right? And it wasn't there. And since my purse is bigger, I was like, "Okay, when I get to the car, we'll see it, we can see the my purse clear in the car without all the noise with all the lunch rush coming in, right?" So we get to the car because I also get kind of anxious around it. Not nothing care like I'm not gonna have like a panic attack or anything like that. But when I'm like flustered and trying to concentrate and find something, Kermie knows that I need to like, well, let's get into the car. We'll look for it there. If it's not there, we'll run back and we'll see if it's there, right? Type thing. And so it was like, okay, no worries. It was totally something I would do. So we get to the car. I look, it's not there. I'm like, okay, silly. So we go back to the table. And guys, this is maybe a minute 30 since we left. Like literally, Kermie think, yeah, like 2 minutes, a minute 30 since we left. And so we come back and the person is cleaning off the table. That's how short of amount of time it was. And we go straight to my booth. And the guy's cleaning it off. And as you know, with seafood boiled, they usually have a paper, a long sheet of paper on your table. So like if you make a mess, it's easy to clean up. They just scoop it up and throw it away, right? And with the sauce and everything. And the guy was at the booth. And at that time, me and Kermie were just more focusing on my earbud, that we weren't really like consuming or like understanding what the guy was doing or how it pertained to us at that moment. But we got to our table and we are like 99% sure it was our table. But either way, it doesn't matter. But it was a booth and we came in there and when we got there, the guy was cleaning it off. But what we saw was that he was cleaning off actual like sauce, like from a seafood boil. But if you recall from my um previous point of the story was that we opened the bag, but no, we didn't take out any sauce. We didn't really eat anything. I took out one piece of shrimp and then we took it home. We double bagged it and took it home. So there was no sauce, there was no mess, there was nothing to clean, right? It wasn't like we took it and put it on the plate and like devoured it, right? There was nothing, like there was no sauce to be heard of on the table. And so you might say, well, maybe you were looking at the wrong table. But my earbud was on there. My black, and it wasn't like a white one where, it's kind of popular. It was a black one. It was a beat uh earbud. And it wasn't even where I normally had it. It was like on the other side of from where me and Kermie were sitting, because Kermie and I were sitting next to each other because we were having a date. So, and it was like on the other side from where he was cleaning up the mess of where I was sitting. And so I'm like, if this wasn't the table, why would he put my earbud all the way down at the other opposite side of where I was sitting? Why he was cleaning up the mess? He would go put it on the counter and be like, hey, someone left their earbud. They wouldn't just put it on the other end of the table, because we were kind of sitting like where I was sitting anyway was closer to the out of the to the, I guess, like the aisle of the booth, and Kermie was more was on the other side next to me. And then on the opposite side, on where Kermie was more near sitting, but on the opposite side was the earbud. So it would have been so strange for us just to throw my earbud over there, right? And then a bunch of sauce be there. And then even if it was the wrong table, I sincerely doubt the waiter would be cleaning up all this sauce near my bud and then put the bud there and then clean up the sauce. It would make no sense. But we didn't even think about that. We're just like, oh, there's my bud. And we grabbed it and walked out the door, right? But then we were sitting there and we were driving, and then I had that thought, and I was like, baby, why was he cleaning up sauce? And he's like, I don't know. Like, and then we just kind of like, and it could be we're open to skepticism, even though we're both like into the paranormal and experience a lot of paranormal and glitches and things like that. We're open to skepticism, and we're open, like I said, I can be a lottie da dottie and kind of be in my own world sometimes. Kermie's very Kermie Kermie experienced the same thing, let me put it that way, and he's not always lottie-da-dottie. And he experienced it as well, and we were both kind of like, it was one of those things where we were like, okay, we got it, let's go, baby. And we had like a good day, and we were listening to music and just enjoying our day. And then also we're like, wait a minute, that was weird. Like, why were they cleaning up the sauce? And like I said, there's only two explanations. It wasn't our table, but why the heck would a waiter put an earbud, someone's lost earbud, and put it on the other side of the place where he's cleaning and put it there while he's wrapping up the paper? It's like the earbud's going to get gross, right? Or like I did make a sauce mess, but I didn't. So it was very weird. And the way he was cleaning it, it wasn't like he was bringing other dishes and putting combining it. It wasn't like that at all. It was like he was meticulously folding it up with a bunch of sauce, like someone just ate there. But I ate there, but there was no sauce. Like, it was very confusing. Like I said, we're open to people trying to give an explanation, but it to me it makes no sense. And like I said, we didn't even like the amount of food we ate from a basket of catfish and a fries, and like I said, I had one shrimp that we opened the bag from and left no sauce residue. um so it was weird. It was very weird because we took the sauce home with us. So it was very strange. But yeah, that was our glitch of the day, and we just wanted to document it. And I don't know if you've had any experiences like that or your thoughts on it. Um, but yeah, we just thought that was weird. But other than that, I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. And thank you for listening to this short but bizarre story. If you had any experiences like that, please maybe leave a comment down below, or any thoughts on the story. Just leave a comment. And if you'd like, leave me a comment, a like, and subscribe if you're interested in more of these weird stories. And other than that, I am working on a new investigative or deep dive story coming out hopefully soon. Um, but yeah, other than that, I hope you have a great day and stay curious and stay tuned into the supernatural. Thanks.